Great finish, but dreadful start. Was it the same problem as in Ostrava?
No, I just think it was just a bad start for me. It wasn't really reaction or anything. I thought I got a good reaction, but I think the execution into the dry phase wasn't that well, so I guess I just need to really work harder on my start.
Usain, so this time, 979, in this bad conditions today, heavy rain, little headwind, what do you say to your time today?
Well, I think overall it's a good time, definitely. Happy with my time. The weather, you can't do anything about the weather. The World Championship will be in Berlin, so I think it's good for me to get some run in the rain because you never know what the weather will be. So I'm happy and I'm okay.
Usain, when you said you were ready to take responsibility for athletics, did you imagine it would be such a workload, so much work all the way through?
For me, it's not a workload. I'm just being myself. I think myself is good enough to just bring back athletics and just make it fun for the people.
Usually, what do you think about the crowd in Stade de France?
Definitely a big crowd. It was a huge crowd. They really stayed and they supported, and it was all love. And I really enjoy competing with big crowds, and they really showed me a lot of love, and that I give thanks for. And I always try to perform the best for the people, and they come to support me.
You never made a meeting with your music, with your people, with your colors.
Yeah, it was just wonderful overall. I definitely enjoyed it.
Usain, do you feel Tyson Gay is running well this year? He's fit. Do you think he's going to push you all the way in the World Championships?
Well, it's always good to have competition. That's what drives the sports, and that's what makes it exciting for people, competition. So I'm definitely looking forward to the competition in the World Championship. So it's going to be wonderful, and it's going to be an exciting time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Was your start similar to this one in Ostrava?
I think it was worse.
It was worse, yeah.
You promised us for today something beautiful. The race you ran, was that what you promised us?
I don't know. I'll have to ask the fans really if they really enjoyed that, because I would say they determine if the race is good enough for them, because they come out there, go there and perform for the fans. I can always say it's a good race, but they will say it's way better. So ask the fans really.
What you did today, was that what you had in mind when you said yesterday?
What I had in mind, I didn't have really much in mind. I was just trying to go there and execute, and I didn't do so well the first 30. So overall, it wasn't a perfect race, but it was good enough for me.
You say if you make a start like that in Berlin, you say you need to work on your starts. If you start like that in Berlin, do you think you may not win?
Well, I'm 85%, so I have more work to do. So even if I get a pretty bad start, I think I should get up to speed, because the last part is the best part of my race. So you never know.
85%.
Yeah.
With the kind of start you had, I mean, most athletes will have no chance at all to win the race, but with you, with your great finish, you still have a chance. How do you feel about that?
Well, for me, that's just part of my running. I think I give that out to my 200 strength. So I'm just happy I actually can do that, get a bad start and run back. So it's a good thing, I guess.
Do you feel pressure because the people is already expecting one record?
Pressure for me, no. I don't put myself on any pressure really. I really go there every day just to execute and to do my best, and that's always what I do.
Usain, how does it feel to run right between your training partners? Does it relax you and like at the start, or does it push you?
That was all fun for me. The first time competing with these three guys, we actually asked if it was possible for three of us to be together, and it happened. So it was good, and we really enjoyed it. It was all fun. And these guys PR'd, so that was good.
You say we were talking about the start, and it's a bad start, but to run 9.79 with that start, in that rain, with that headwind, you've got to take a lot of positives out of that as well, presumably.
Well, yeah, for me, yes, positives is not really, because you're never going to know. For me, you never know what Berlin's going to be like. So for me, this is just practice for me. So I need this is good for me overall, because then I'll get my practice in just in case after in the headwind and the rain. So it's good for me, I guess. So that's the positive I take out.
But the point I'm saying is the time is a very, very good time in terrible conditions with a bad start.
Well, I don't say if it was good, if it was a good start. I just go there, I get the time, I'm happy with the time. I don't say if, because you never know. If it was a good race, it'd probably be the same time, so you don't know.
it looks like difficulty. The rain makes you push until the end,
Definitely, when you're running in bad conditions, you have to really push hard to get good times, I think. When the conditions are not favoring you, so I always go out there when it's really wet or cold to just do my best. I always be careful though, because I don't want to get injured. Overall, I always try to perform for the people because they stayed in the rain and watched, so it was good.
Were you really cautious not to be injured?
It's always in the back of my head because you never want to get injured at this time in the season, leading up to the World Championship. So you have to be really cautious. If you make sure you're feeling good before you actually go again, you're really explosive. So it's always in the back of my head, but I felt good today.
After Crystal Palace, are you running again before Berlin, Usain?
No, I left Crystal Palace in my last race.
It's your last race.
with good weather. You hope.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
It's in London, no chance. In the 100 metres final, assuming you make the final, Usain, are you going to run all the way this time? 100 metres, not 97 metres?
I don't know. When it happens, we'll know.
Usain, were you going flat out at the end, or were you just cruising?
I would say I went pretty much all out. I would say maybe the last 5 minutes, but that doesn't really count again.
When the whole stadium is concentrated on you alone in a situation like that, what is your feeling? Do you take away something from the other athletes, or are you adding something on the whole event?
For me, I don't. When I'm in the blocks, it's all about the race. For me, it's all about thinking about getting a good start. So I don't really listen or worry about the people. Really focus. Every time I go into that block, it's all about focus for me. So I don't really listen to the crowd. You gotta be really ready when you're in the blocks.
You said how important is this year, because you had an unbelievable year last year, but it was your first year of winning major titles, and this is a new year. You haven't won world titles before. You've got all these other titles to win, even though you're Olympic champion. So how important is it to back up what you did last year?
I think it's very important to show the world that last year wasn't a joke. So that's why I'm really ready and really focused going to the World Champs. So it's always good to show the world that it's no joke and I'm ready. So looking forward to it.
You've been running today under 10. Is consistency important for you, and do you set a goal for yourself to run under 10 every time you go out there?
Well, no, I don't really set a goal to coming out in the season. For me, as a top athlete, I think it's a must. You should keep running sub-9s in the season unless it's unnecessary, unless it's the World Champs, which you need to pace yourself during the round. But for me, it's always good to be consistent, and that's a good thing.